Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, guys, we have some very important technical analysis to be doing on Bitcoin because, guys, if you haven't been watching the chart over the last 12 hours or so, then you might not have known that Bitcoin has started to reject from the zone of resistance that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks and is currently, at the time of recording this anyway, trading at $11,550. Not only that, though, Bitcoin also put in a massive scam wick down to $11,250. And guys, this kind of changes everything. In fact, all of the trend lines have to be thrown out. Pretty much everything has to be readjusted on the chart. And on top of that, we also have to call into question the idea of Bitcoin breaking to the upside at all. Is Bitcoin pulling back for a rally and a break to the upside above 12.1, or are we actually rejecting and going into a new downtrend? Guys, these are questions that we need to answer so that we know how to trade this market properly, and I am going to be going over all of it in today's video. Guys, I think you're going to get a lot of good value out of today's video, and if you do, as always, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Anyway, guys, before we dive on into it, I do want to mention the thing that makes this channel possible, and that would be the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. As you guys know, CT2A is on sale with the Bull Run 2020 coupon code right now. If you guys want to get in on the Academy that'll teach you everything you need to know to lay a solid foundation here in the cryptocurrency markets, I highly encourage you to check us out at the link in the description down below. There are 2,200 students in the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and every single day they are learning skills that they need to know to profit in these markets. More on that at the end of the video, but for now though, guys, without much further ado, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, the last several days on Bitcoin have actually been very important for the market. You may just be seeing sideways trading, but in fact, the reason why the last several days on Bitcoin have been so very important is because as we've been trading sideways, we have been consistently time and time again breaking into this zone above $11,700 and putting chinks in this armor. So before I even get into this video talking about the pullback that we're seeing right now, I want you to understand something. Number one, all of this sideways trading is going to result in quite a lot of VPVR support once we do finally break to the upside. So not only are we building support, we're also weakening the resistance. So even though Bitcoin may be rejecting, even though you might say, Jeb, Bitcoin has a triple top and it looks really bad. Look, we are building support. The overall market is still bullish. So everything I say in this video, make sure that we're looking at it in that light, because the fact of the matter is Bitcoin is in a bull market. And unless we are proven otherwise, we have no reason to assume that it's going to come to a conclusion, especially this early on. So hold your horses if you're getting really upset and really scared, because I think you're going to be comforted. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and jump on to the technicals. Here are some simple facts about the market. Number one, we are seeing increased volume on Bitcoin. Number two, Google search volume is up and sitting around 78 to 80 over the last 12 months on Bitcoin. This is a very good sign. Number three, even though over the last several days Bollinger Bands have been tightening, they are far wider right now than they have been in a very, very long time. Meaning those three things that we have: high volume, high retail investor interest, and still very high volatility. We're seeing 5% moves every other day right now. Here's another simple fact. Bitcoin right now does have a bearish engulfing candlestick. This is a bearish sign. Everything I just said was bullish, but this, however, is bearish. But notice right before that, what did we see? We saw a green, a red, and a green. That is a pattern that we talk about quite a lot here on the channel. You saw one right here, and you also saw one right down here. These are continuation patterns in a trend. Is it going to play out this time? Maybe not, because we see this massive red candlestick, but it's something to keep in mind. Even with Bitcoin having pullbacks, we need to understand, number one, all the fundamentals I just said are still in place. Number two, we are still at the top of a 20 to 25% rally, depending on how you measure it, even 30% at some points. And number three, we are below some of the most powerful resistance that Bitcoin has faced, except the one that we've already broken. And that's something else we need to keep in mind. Bitcoin has to go through some of its strength when it is breaking above a level of resistance. And that's exactly what we did, guys. Just a few weeks ago, we broke above this all-important downtrend of resistance that Bitcoin's been under for 3 years. So understand, if Bitcoin's having a little bit of a hard time breaking through the next level of resistance, we just broke through the hardest level of resistance there is. So, like, what are we expecting Bitcoin to run a marathon, which is what it just did, and then we also, on top of that, wanted to go and run a 5K 2 days later? Like, that's just not a reasonable expectation for a runner or an athlete, and this is not a reasonable expectation for Bitcoin. Of course, we're going to have some issues getting right above that level of resistance. Of course, it's going to take time. Does that mean the market is pulling to the downside and is going to crash and burn and fail and the bull market's over? Absolutely niet. It does not mean that. So hold your horses, all these bears. Hold your horses, bears. Yeah, that I don't think bulls and bears would go well together. Anyway, we're off topic. Another thing to keep in mind, guys, is that we are seeing a very, very small weekly candlestick that is red here. We have seen 3 very large green candlesticks on Bitcoin. And look, I'm not just trying to cheerlead Bitcoin right now, but the reason I'm saying this is because I'm about to lead into some bearish stuff, and I don't want you guys getting freaked out. Because we obviously can't deny that, yes, Bitcoin has been looking pretty terrible over the last 24 hours on Bitcoin. We've been saying consistently lower highs and lower lows, as we can see right there, and all of these included. Bitcoin is also looking like it's going kind of parabolic to the downside with this massive red candlestick. We're going to see where Bitcoin goes today, but to be honest with you guys, I want you to keep in mind also, we have more than just one level of support. We have a trend line of support right here, which, by the way, we dropped a wick below it, and we're trading right above it right now. That proves the power of TA. And also, we can quite easily draw a zone of support right through all of this trading right there. And guess what? That's exactly where Bitcoin dropped to. Not only on this pullback, but also on this pullback. That's where all of this resistance was tested, and this is where Bitcoin fell back below when we broke it. Keep an eye on this zone of support right here around 11.2 to 11.3. And also, guys, one thing I want to mention is that if we zoom out to the daily chart, it might look like Bitcoin is out of the woods, but hold on a second. What is that? Do you see that? Do you see that? Do you see the trend line? Okay, how about if I draw it? Now do you see it? Hey, check this out. This trend line is an uptrending level of resistance. Bitcoin has been respecting this for over 3 years now. We had a top at 5K. We had support all down through here and resistance all down through there. Resistance, 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 and then boom. Guess what we're touching right now? Another massive long-term trend line. And where does this trend line go through? Right where our market is right now. We've already kind of broken it, but depending on how you draw it, some people might think we're still below it, so we need to consider it to be still resistance to get through. All of this to highlight the point that, yes, Bitcoin is in a bull market, but remember what happened at the beginning of the last bull market. Take into account, guys, how long have we been trading sideways here? We've been trading sideways for 2 weeks. Let's take a look at the beginning of the previous bull market, shall we? Bitcoin had a massive rally, much bigger than the one we've just seen, 200% in 78 days. And then Bitcoin proceeded to trade sideways for 200 days, 13 times longer than it has traded sideways so far. So I want to make something very clear. Bitcoin could trade sideways here for the next 6 months and still be in a bull market. Do you see why I've said for the last several weeks that I'm not totally convinced that Bitcoin's going to $20,000 this year? Guys, there is a very bad habit in this space of saying, tomorrow we're going to the moon, we're going, blast off, get your boots on, let's go, we're done, we're flying, we're good. There's a real problem with hype in cryptocurrency, and while I'm not against Bitcoin going to $20,000 this year, I say we hold our horses a little bit and actually look at what the market is telling us. And the market is telling us that, yes, we have entered a bull market, but also, where is your patience? You can quote me on that. Where is your patience? There's none. There's just none. In crypto, forget about it. It doesn't exist. Guys, whether Bitcoin goes to the moon today, tomorrow, next year, a decade from now, I don't really care because I'm going to be here for the rest of my life. And I hope you guys are too. I hope this isn't just a short-term play for you guys. I hope you're not planning on getting in and getting out in the next couple of months. Guys, Bitcoin is going places. It's going a very, very long way away to the upside. But these things take time, and it requires patience to see them come to fruition. So, yes, over the last 3 days, Bitcoin does look like it's not doing very well. Maybe Bitcoin doesn't break above 12.1 just quite yet. But I want you guys to remember that Bitcoin has already broken through pretty much all of its resistance. I mean, take a look at the VPVR here. Look at all of this VPVR. If we just go ahead and block out all of that, you can see the VPVR resistance is still above us. It's next to nothing. If we get rid of this, you see just how minuscule that is. There is so much that we've already broken through, and we're just sitting right here below this. Guys, we are just waiting to pop off like a candlestick and shoot up like a Roman firework, but we need to break the resistance. But that might take time. I try and teach you guys much more than just technical analysis because technical analysis is a tool wielded improperly just as useless as having no tool at all. And if you don't understand that patience is one of the most important things that you can understand to wield that tool properly, you will not go very far if you don't understand that. So is Bitcoin going to pull back? Bitcoin going to pull back to $10,500? Bitcoin going to drop 10%? Bitcoin going to do any of this? Maybe. I don't really care. And you shouldn't either. Because number one, remember these two things, guys. Number one, you can make money when Bitcoin's moving to the upside or to the downside. You can make profit on upwards or downwards movement. You just need volatility. It doesn't matter the direction because you can short as easily as you can long. And number two, if we're all so confident that Bitcoin's moving into a bull market, which I think we have a good reason to be, then you should be making sure that you have money in your investing portfolio as well, not just in your trading. I'm just going to say this once so that you get my point, and I'll move on. If you only have a trading portfolio and you have nothing in an investing portfolio, you are making a massive mistake. And I have gotten so many really sad messages from people that didn't realize that was a mistake. And I really wish they realized in time, because they lost a lot of money because they were trading with 90% of their portfolio instead of like 20%, which is what you really should be doing. And by the way, that's why I like leverage, because you can trade with maybe 15% of the Bitcoin you own and still make a lot of money if you know what you're doing. By the way, if you want to trade on leverage and you are experienced and you're not going to be stupid and use all your money, you can use our affiliate link to sign up for Bybit down below. Don't mention it much because I don't want noobs to get burned, but if you are ready for that, you can use that link down below. It does help out the channel. Anyway, guys, the main point of this video is not actually technical analysis, as is the case with many of them. It's technical analysis, but the point is to make sure you guys are understanding the mindset that goes into this market, that goes into how to actually profit in this space, because that, as I said, is far more important than technical analysis. Technical analysis is great, but at the end of the day, technical analysis can be taught. Wisdom can be taught also, but a lot of it comes from experience. So make sure you're learning as much as you possibly can and never stop investing in your education. And by that token, investing in your education is why we created the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, CT2A is the one-stop shop to learn everything you need to know to go ahead and lay your foundation for technical analysis and for your wisdom. Guys, CT2A is a very, very, very valuable resource. That's why we've had 150 people sign up in the last 10 days. By the way, we have a full 14-day money-back refund guarantee, and not one of them has asked for a refund. 150 people could snap their fingers and get $259 back. Not one of them has done it. I'm pretty proud of that, because that speaks to the quality of the product that we've built. Guys, learning technical analysis is the foundation for your career in cryptocurrency, so don't misunderstand me when I'm saying you need these other things too, because technical analysis is extremely, extremely important. Understanding how markets move, how they work, how to trade them is the absolute backbone of being profitable in this space. So guys, if you want to actually learn how to trade and invest and profit properly in these markets, CT2A is the one place to do it, guys. Guys, we have a couple thousand students now, and they are always telling me how much they love the Academy, how much it has helped them in their journey. So if you guys are interested in learning more and actually understanding how the markets work, I highly encourage you to check us out. The link in the description down below. By the way, we have 2 free preview videos over there. One on how to set up and use TradingView, so you can see exactly how I set up my TradingView account, and also one that I think is very good for people that are a little bit newer, how to spot a winning indicator and pattern, so you're not looking at stupid patterns that someone on Twitter said, hey, look at this one thing, this is gonna lead you to profit, and it actually leads you to slaughter. So I'm going to show you in that video how to actually find a winning and useful indicator and pattern, and that video is free over on our website. You can click the link down below to get access to both of those. Anyway, guys, like I said, use Bullrun 2020 at checkout to get $40 off, but that is pretty much going to wrap it out for today's video. Guys, I do want to thank you all. Like I said, we hit 50K subs a little while ago, and I am just absolutely thrilled. Look, Bitcoin might pull back here. There's a good argument to be made that it might do that, but I want to make sure that you guys are keeping your eyes on the prize and your head in the sky so that we can keep on flying, guys. I'm really, really excited about the rest of this year, and especially 2021, guys. Some crazy things are coming next year, and I could not be more stoked. But guys, I will talk about that more later. For now, though, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.